when you travel to another country, have you noticed that some things are a little different? Like in America, we have KFC, but in Canada, they got PFK, which stands for Poulet Frites Kentucky. I thought this was a fake KFC. That's not it. There's a ton more. In America, we got Diet Coke, but in Europe and a bunch of other countries, it's not called Diet Coke. It's called Coca-Cola Light, because the word diet literally means on a diet. That does not resonate with our target audience. Change the name. So we're gonna call it Coca-Cola Light. In America, we got Burger King. Everybody sees this logo and thinks Burger King. But in Australia, there was already a restaurant called Burger King. They're like, we gotta change the name. So Burger King in Australia is actually called Hungry Jack's. It's the same restaurant, but only in Australia. You know, America, we got the Three Musketeers bars. They don't have this in other countries. It's not called the Three Musketeers. Everywhere else, they just got Milky Way. It's basically the same thing. In America, if you've ever set foot in a locker room, you probably know what Axe body spray is. The men spray in a bottle, you spray it and you're surrounded by a cloud of endocrine disrupting scent. You know, when I went to England, I saw these. It's called Lynx body spray. It's the same company, but in America it's called Axe. And the British people were like, why would I spray myself with an axe? I choke down trees with an axe. So they call it Lynx. I actually did not know this one was the same company, because in America, we got Lay's. But in the UK, they call Lay's chips Walkers. You know, they look a lot classier. It's even got the flag printed on the potato. Zoom in, you see that? The British are fancy. I expect nothing less from tea drinkers. Same thing, they just call it something different. Okay, they got Rice Krispies in America and other countries. It's also called Rice Krispies, but the difference is the sound that the cereal makes. In America, it's Snap, Crackle, Pop. The only cereal that goes piff, paff, puff. I ain't never heard it say that. Well, apparently in Sweden it does. In Finland, it goes Rix, Rax, Pox. Spain, it's the Pim Pom Pam. You know, what is Spain eating? Because it's not the same Rice Krispies I'd be eating. Okay, but Germany, it's Nisper, Nasper, I love the Germans. That was the best one. America, you order a pizza. You do tomato sauce, cheese, all that good stuff. In Japan, they put corn on their pizza. I've had it, it's very delicious. But in Brazil, they do peas. Okay, interesting, but it gets worse. In Russia, they do mayo. Mayo on their pizza. That should be illegal. Did you know that red M&Ms are banned in other countries? Brown M&M, okay. Yellow, green, blue, yes, you're all fine. And then the red comes along. Stop right there. Absolutely not. The red M&M has red 40. It is a chemical red dye that is banned in other countries. If it's banned in other countries, why do so many foods have it in America? Because they don't care about you. When you buy eggs in America, they're mostly white eggs. And America is the only place that refrigerates the eggs because they're pasteurized. But the rest of the world, they sell eggs and then put them on the shelves at room temperature. And they're brown. You know, the white eggs are the most common and the cheapest eggs in the US. Of course, they're less expensive to produce, and that's why you see them more in America and brown eggs in other countries. Okay, this one's a weird one because I just got back from London and the TJ Maxx said TK Maxx. And I was like, is this a typo? Is this like a different kind of TJ Maxx? Like, why would they change it from a J to a K? They didn't want to get their customers confused with another store called TJ Hughes, so they called it TK Maxx. Yeah, you can copy my homework, just switch it up a bit. A great thing we do have in America is AC. The rest of the world, Europe, doesn't always have AC. You know, we got our Big Gulp, our Charmin Ultra XL plush toilet paper, and our AC to keep us cool. Did you know only American school buses are yellow? It's like iconic. School bus yellow. In other countries, they're white. I will say the European buses are much fancier. There's nobody missing out riding on this. In America, we do thumbs up, means good, yes, nice. In the Middle East, the thumbs up can be considered offensive. I heard the thumbs up was like a middle finger. I'll put it away now. In America, if you go to a funeral, you usually wear all black. But in Asian countries, it's the exact opposite. You wear all white. So they wear white to signify mourning and to honor the deceased in their cycle of life and death. It basically like symbolizes returning to your origins. What about holidays? In America, we got Santa Claus. He brings us presents. What do you mean other kids don't have a Santa Claus? In France, his name is Père Noël. He looks the same. It's still Santa Claus. In Russia, he is Dead Moroz. Bro's beard is down to his knees. Bro is maxed out on the wisdom stat. Russia got the most epic version of Santa. Bro, I mean, come on, look at this drip. The brand that probably has the most different names has to be Mr. Clean. In America, everybody knows this bald dude as Mr. Clean. In Germany, he is known as the Meister Proper. In Europe, Mr. Proper. In Italy, he has the Maestro Lindo. Spain, Don Limpio. And in the Ireland and UK, just get the bald guy out of here. It's just the Flash, that's it. We don't need a bald man mascot on our cleaning products. Get rid of him! In America, when you say Ritz crackers, it's just plain Ritz crackers. That's all we have. It's just like a salty cracker. But in Japan, add a bit of spice because the Ritz crackers flavors are wild. We got lemon flavored crackers, shrimp flavored, wasabi flavored, chocolate flavored Ritz crackers, bro. This is genius. Why does Japan just do everything better? Japan just takes everything we do and does it better. In America, you order a Subway sandwich, you can get a foot-long sub, 12 inches. But the Subway in Europe, the bread is slightly smaller. Why? Because the bread must meet bread size tax laws. It is simply too large and sugary to count as bread, so we must make it smaller. You know, I agree with that. Nobody needs to eat a 12-inch sandwich. I think something that has gotten out of hand in the past few years in America is tipping culture. I go to a cafe in America, I get a muffin. They literally just give me the muffin. I then flip the iPad around like, oh, it's gonna ask you a few questions. And the questions are 25%, 30%, or 35%. And then if you put your glasses on and check the little corner at the bottom, it says no tip. But like 35% for you to put a muffin in a bag and hand it to me, like that is outrageous. You know, in other countries like Japan, it is considered rude to tip. Like my first time I went to Japan, I tried to tip my driver and then he looked at me like, what? You already paid. What's wrong with you? And then I was like, oh, we don't tip here. I will say, with all food and the drinks, the US takes their toilet paper very seriously. You walk into a grocery store, there is an entire aisle full of different kinds of toilet paper. And it is some of the most plush toilet paper in the world. In the rest of the world, it's like the thin stuff that you see in a public bathroom. Not that Charmin Ultra XXXL plush. You know, for having extra soft toilet paper, why don't we have bidets? Hold on, I got a video to show you. What happens when you wipe? There's still residue left over. You see all of that? That is disgusting! This is why I don't trust people who don't have bidets. You be walking around with a crusty, musty booty hole versus when you have a bidet, which blasts water and look completely clean. A brand new balloon hole. Every toilet in my house, bidet. I cannot live without it. You know, when you go to Japan, even like the subway bathrooms, they're bidets. America's cup sizes are out of hand. Like, America is probably the only place that you can get the cup the size of a small child for 99 cents. People really drink this entire thing full of soda because water doesn't taste good. Well, this is a comparison of a McDonald's small versus American small. Yeah, this should be a small. What do you mean the small is this big? What do you mean the large is half a gallon? I will say, American serving sizes are way too big. You know, despite the cups being so large in America, you know, a lot of places give a free refill. Like, what do you mean you have a cup the size of the PS5? You could drink all of it and then get another refill? It's very rare for places to offer free refills in other countries. Oh, you want a refill? You're gonna have to pay for another cup. Like, you only paid for one cup. America, like, heck yeah. Infinite Sprite glitch. You go to a breakfast place in America. What's on the menu? Pancakes, bacon, scrambled eggs. What about other countries? I've seen people have a little cup of espresso and a cigarette and call it the European breakfast. And in Japan, they eat rice and fish for breakfast. There's actually a place in Vegas that has a Japanese breakfast, and I stayed up all night so I can go there and get breakfast at 6 in the morning as soon as it opened. And it was like rice, a piece of salmon, and soup. And it was such a delicious breakfast. It made me so happy. Another thing I've noticed in other countries is in America, you flip the light switch up to turn it on, and then you hit it down to turn it off. That makes complete sense, right? In other countries, like I just got back from Kenya, it's the opposite, and it was tripping me out. I thought they installed it incorrectly. You hit it down to turn it on, and then up to turn it off. And I'm just like, okay, this is so confusing. But apparently the rest of the world does that too. If you're not from the US and you come to visit, you've probably noticed that the public bathroom doors are so short. You can basically see the person in the stall. Why do we do that? In America, we love to save money. Why do you need a whole door when you can use half a door? Saves you money on materials. The money you save on materials, you pay for in privacy. The rest of the world, public bathrooms got a full-length door. A luxury us Americans can't afford. But anyways, that's all for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and the peace. make sure you turn on notifications. Click, click, and subscribe to the Wolf Pack. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys. If you guys are still watching, make sure you smash that like button and comment what country you're from.